everybody. I want to thank you so much for being with us tonight. This is Cindy Kubika with Energized Living Today, and of course Ferris Poole, and Andrew is going to be fielding your questions today. And we have two very special guests with us. You'll see Jeanette. She's actually our aunt, my dad's sister, and she's the one that cared for Dad just about every single day that he was after his stroke. She was with him just about every day, and we're just so grateful for that. And then our very special guest, my sister Jerry Marie Mikey, and she lives up in Michigan, and she's kind of on the front lines now. She is a nurse up there. She's a surgical nurse normally, but everyone's been pulled off their regular job and given new duties. And she is a charge nurse, so she's helping manage everything that's going on. And it's pretty harried, as you probably have all seen in the news. And what I would like to start with, first of all, is I would like you to understand who my sister is just a little bit. She was a dental hygienist before she became a nurse. And so she has both of those things going, which is pretty amazing, because most of you know that, if you have any bacteria in your mouth, it's going to affect the rest of your body and prevent you from healing. And that's kind of her take on this, is a holistic approach to healing the body, not just giving medicine. So she believes that, even though she's in the medical community. And she's also the one that was side by side with me and with the family when my dad was going through his difficult health issues. And she was the nurse that told us everything that was going on in a way that we could understand it. And together, Jeremy and I had to make some very difficult decisions for Dad, but she was there for all of us every step of the way, helping us understand. And I'm trying real hard not to get choked up about that, but it's been a journey that we've all been on together. And it's been a difficult journey, as you know, but together as a family, we can remain strong in our love that we had for Dad. So I just wanted you to know a little bit about her. And one of the things that she does is she helps people, sorry, everybody. She helps everyone with their PPE, which is your personal protection equipment. And she's in charge of helping everyone to understand how to care for it properly, how to remove it properly. And she started telling us during our family meeting the other day that all these things that I have never heard anybody else say. And I asked her to join us, so here she is. So welcome, Jerry, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Cindy. That's my beautiful sister.
Thank you. And yes, I'm the older one, hence the extra wrinkles. But anyway.
No, those are lifelines.
Oh, lifelines, there you go. Well, if you have your personal protection equipment with you, everybody, you can pull that out and just kind of hold it up, everybody, so you can show Jerry what you've got.
Okay. Nobody has any PPE equipment. Ooh.
They might not have it with them at the computer. I forgot to put that in the newsletter. So I'm looking. If you don't have it, then we're going to show you anyway. And there you go.
What's
Dina,
that?
I love it.
Got it?
Dina, did you see it? She's got her hood and her t-shirt over top of her like this. You see that?
Right. Yeah.
That's great. I love it. And a lot of people are on via the phone, but they can see us. They should be able to see us. So that'll be great.
Yeah.
So explain a little bit, Jerry, if you will, about what it is that you're helping people to understand about their equipment.
Well, first of all, we want to make sure you're putting it on properly and taking it off properly. That's really important because you don't want to cross-contaminate yourself or someone else. So by doing and knowing the right way and the process to take it on and off, you can protect yourself and your family and people around you, which is very important because this virus, as you know, spreads very easily. It lives on cloth, metal, paper, all kinds of stuff. So it's easy to spread the virus, which is very scary, but it happens.
How many cases are you seeing a day?
Huh?
Cases are
Well,
you?
our numbers are starting to decline, which are really good.
Oh,
I'm
good.
Yeah, I'm up in a smaller area. So we've had, I think, a total of 12 COVID patients now, but some of them we've lost. And when it hits them hard. I mean, within less than 24 hours, they're gone. Some of them we can help make it through it, and some of them go home and they self-quarantine for 14 days. And it all depends on where you are in your life and what's going on, what we do for you. So that's pretty good. But it's very important that they stay home and self-quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
It's not, I'm going to go out and sneak here and do that, because that's how it's getting spread really bad. So you have to follow what you're supposed to be doing. Okay. So everybody has a mask, or you can use a mask. You can use a bandana. I would double the bandana though, so you get extra protection. It is a droplet precaution. So it's airborne. It stays in the air. They say if you're around somebody for 10 minutes, you're more likely to get it. So stay away. Keep those 6 feet or longer, further apart. Okay, distance matters. Okay, we all loved our loved ones. We all love our loved ones, but do the air hug. That's what we've been doing a lot of that at work. So I have a couple different masks. This is just a regular yellow mask. This mask will break down in about 15 minutes, but it's still something that you can wear. I have a cloth mask. You know, it's a little thicker and everything. It's not an N95 because, as probably a lot of you know, that's really shorthanded in the hospitals right now, and we only use them for extreme reasons. So what you're going to do with the first mask.
Can you back up just a little bit, just so we can see what your hands are doing? You're kind of.
You can't
there
see.
you go. There you go.
Here's the yellow mask.
Okay.
And with the yellow mask, always know that it has, not all of them do, but some of them do. They have words. The words go on the outside. Okay. This is a homemade mask that some people around here made, us girls. And a lot of times I'll wear both at the same time, just for extra protection if I go out in public. Because
that's a good idea.
Yeah, it's just all the protection you can get. Okay, so what you would do, even before you put your mask on, you want to hand sanitize your hands for 20 seconds. That's 2 happy birthdays. Sing it slow, not fast, but 2 happy birthdays. Make sure you're really getting your hands clean, kill everything on your hands, or soap and water works really well. Okay, so what you'll do is, when you're putting on your mask, just take it. You can, if it's clean the first time, you don't have to worry about as much. But after you've wore it out one time, leave it in the garage. Don't bring it in your house. You can leave it, put it in a Ziploc baggie, but whatever you decide to keep your mask in, make sure you put an F on the front for front and B for back, because you always want to slide your mask in the same way if you're going to reuse it. Okay, so you're not contaminating it. You don't want to fold it. You don't want to touch the outside of it once you've put it on once and wore it in public, because this is considered dirty now. If you wore this outside, this is dirty. So you're going to.
What you're saying is, if you have it in a plastic bag, put on the plastic bag the B
F for front,
for back and F for front.
And always slide it in and pull it out the exact same way.
Of the bag.
Okay. When you're pulling it out, you're not going to pull it out and touch the front of it. You're going to pull it out and use only the elastic part.
Okay.
Okay. So you'll just put it on like you normally would do. I see a lot of people lately walking around with it like this. That's not doing you any good. Your nose is not covered. You want your nose covered. And the other thing you don't want to do is what I just did, but I'm talking to you. You never want it on your chin after you've wore it out in the public, because now I've just contaminated my neck, my face, my hair, everything else with it. Okay. So once you put it on, leave it on for the duration. I put it on, I make sure my nose is pinched really tight on this mask. Okay, and you'll know your glasses will fog. These are not the best masks, but they are a mask. Okay, so that's called donning. If you ever heard the word donning, donning means putting on. Okay, so if you ever see something, what is that word? It means donning. Okay, so I'm gonna put on my mask. Get it adjusted, put it where you wanna put it, and then just let it go. Okay, if you go out in public, the other thing I strongly recommend, I'm gonna take this off for a second, is gloves. Okay, you're going to want to put on some kind of gloves when you go out. All right, and we'll talk about that in a minute. I just want you to be aware that that's really important. Okay, so you've got your mask on. You've got the nose pinch. So say you're walking in the store or whatever, you're gonna notice people are gonna go like this, so like this, and readjust their mask. Don't adjust it from the front once you left the house with it, because you contaminated your hands, okay? This right here is now considered contaminated. Anything you wanna do to adjust, you're gonna use the ear loops, okay? So anytime I have my mask at work and it's bothering me, I touch the ear loops and fix it. I don't touch the front of the mask ever from this point forward. Okay, so now say I'm all done and I want to take the mask off. I'm going to touch the ear loops only, pull them out from my face, tip my face down, pull the mask off away from my face very gently. Don't shake it, just pull it off. Okay, and then if you're going to reuse your mask, you're going to put it in a bag like I talked about earlier. But don't touch that front part. If you do, wash your hands really good with soap and water. Okay, slide it in your bag and just let it go. All right, and then when you go to pull it out, you just take it back out the same way by the loop. And you can do the same thing with a homemade one. Just use the ear loops, put it on. I'm so used to doing these. I'm used to using my chin to guide me. But this one I just pull up like this. This is washable. But this one, unfortunately, doesn't have the metal. So I can't squeeze the nose tight. That's why I wear both. Okay?
Oh, that's a good idea. Question about that. Can you put, I was thinking about putting like an alcohol aerosol, maybe with the little essential oils to spray the outside before I leave it out in the car
You
or
can't.
wherever?
Tide makes a 99% bacteria-free, virus-free spray that you can buy in the grocery store.
What is it?
It's Tide. It comes in just a spray bottle. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Right. Some people will use Steve's oil just for protection. That's also a really good oil to use. But you got to be careful on how much you use, because you don't want to start breaking down the fibers of your mask. Okay. So that's what you'll do. So now I talked about gloves.
Jerry,
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
That I don't know. This never occurred to me before. You were talking about the mask being contaminated, or possibly being contaminated when you take it off. And my first thought was, well, I didn't get close to anybody. But then I realized every time I inhale, I'm a vacuum cleaner.
Right.
And that's nothing but a filter for the vacuum cleaner.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I got
And
that.
you don't know, right. You don't know what you've touched in the store that could have it on.
Yeah.
Your hands, right? So say you touched a can of soup, right? And then you touch your face and adjust your mask. You've just contaminated your face.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that. You want to keep your hands down away from your face.
Boy, that's tough.
It is, because everybody's used to touching, fixing their hair, all that stuff. The other thing I strongly recommend, leave your purse in the car. Take your credit card in only. Don't take any accessories. I wear no jewelry when I go anywhere right now. That's just more things to harbor bacteria for me to bring into my home. I don't need to do that. Mm-hmm. So, but everything you do take out, remember to wipe off. Okay? I Lysol my steering wheel, everything in my car that I possibly touch with a Clorox wipe, and then I spray it with Lysol. My shoes, I leave in the garage. Your clothes, if you come in from a grocery store or go out in public, you're supposed to strip in the garage. Put them in the wash with soap and water, then stick them in the dryer, run up and take a shower first. You know, when they're washing, take a shower, wash your hair, and then you're safe to go in your own home again, because that's how that virus is going to spread. If it's on your clothes because you've touched something and then you come in your house and sit down, you're spreading it through your home into your possible family. So you've got to be extremely careful with the virus. It's very contagious.
And you know, something you said the other day, Jerry Marie, which is, you know, when people are sneezing and they go like this onto the floor, and then you're walking right behind them, you know, they're
right.
just spreading it behind you and on the floor, and you're tracking it on your shoes and then in your house. So I got a pair of house slippers that I don't wear out of the house, and everything else is on the, I'm right outside. You said that.
My shoes are nothing. That's a good point you brought up too. If you are going to sneeze or cough, you're taught to cough in your sleep. Sneeze. With this virus, you don't want to do that. you want to cough in a Kleenex or sneeze in a Kleenex, a couple of them, throw them in a lined waste can and wash your hands for that 20 seconds. Because if you cough in here and say you have it and don't know that you're a carrier, you've just spread the virus. Okay, it wouldn't be much for somebody to come by, hit you, touch you, whatever. So it's on your clothes now. So you have to be careful with that as well. Okay, so say you're going to wear gloves out, because I strongly recommend wearing gloves. It can be rubber gloves. It can be gloves that you can throw in your washer with your clothes, something, some type of glove. So you're going to don and put your gloves on. Obviously, my gloves are clean. So I'm going to put on my gloves. Wash your hands 20 seconds before you even put your gloves on, okay? Now, and the only reason I'm showing you this is because a lot of people, when they take their gloves off, you could go like this probably and take them off. But what I really want you to do is say these are contaminated now and I'm going to throw them away, right? Don't touch the inside of your glove. Pull the outside like this, okay? Can you see what I'm doing? I'm going from the outside, touching my glove. I'm going to pull it and turn it inside out. And say I don't want this mask anymore. I'm going to take this mask, put it in my glove, and pull the other glove off, and my mask is now in my glove. And I can dispose of them. Okay? So you've got everything contained on the inside, and then wash your hands really good. So how you're going to take it all off, first you're going to take, you've got your mask on. Well, mine's tore, but that's okay. Like I said, these are cheap hospital masks. Okay, so I have my mask on, I have my gloves on. I'm going to take my gloves off first. Okay, always take your gloves off first, not your mask. So you're going to, it's called doming. You're going to dome off your gloves. So if you hear that term, you'll know what it means now. So I'm going to do just how I showed you. I'm going to take my glove off. And then
do it in front of the camera so we can see it a little better.
Okay, so I take my gloves off first. I hand sanitize my hands before I go after my mask. Okay, touch the mask by the loop, tip your head down, pull it out, away, don't shake it, and you've just removed your mask safely. Okay, and dispose of it properly. Wash your hands again. Okay, wear some type of eye protection when you're out. Your eyes have mucous membranes. They have no protection. Okay, so you want to keep your eyes covered as well, because if somebody walked by and sneezed and coughed or whatever by you, a sneeze can go very far, like 40 feet. A real sneeze, a strong sneeze. So you want to keep your eyes protected for that reason. Okay. Do you have any questions about that? Don't wear jewelry. Don't take in your purse. Leave everything out that you can. And what people don't realize, when I get home from the hospital or wherever, or I leave, I have a different pair of glasses I wear home. I take my glasses off and I disinfect them. So you got to think, everything is dirty. And when you're out in public, treat everybody as if though they have the virus. That's how you're going to keep yourself the safest, and your family. You don't know if they do, and you don't know if they don't, because there are carriers and they don't know they have it. They could be perfectly fine and perfectly look healthy. So just treat everybody like they have it, and that's the safest way to be. Okay?
All right. Are these okay? Can you see this?
Yeah, those are perfect. Yeah, you can use those.
This is what, and right now, as you're talking about this, I want to wash my hands. How many people are thinking the same thing?
Yeah.
We're going, ooh.
Yeah.
I haven't left the house today.
Yeah. Well, I've been at a hospital all day, so.
Yeah, I know you have, and we so appreciate you taking your time to do this. And, you know, I let everybody know that if it was a really rough day, or, you know, you had a lot of losses today, that you might not be here. So I'm glad that it wasn't too bad a day.
Yeah, no, I actually was in surgery all day.
Oh, really? Ah, okay.
Yeah, it's only emergent surgeries.
Yeah.
So and we had we had one tomorrow. We have 12 emergent surgeries scheduled. It's only 100% necessary surgeries right now.
Oh,
so,
okay.
And we even have to be even more careful. So, and I do that at the hospital. I treat everybody as if though they have it. So, and the other thing you want to remember, don't forget to wash off your remotes in the house, your doorknobs, your microwave knob, your stove, your counters, everything that you can think of. Keep it wiped down. Keep that virus minimal, that it can't get into your home. So you want to do that, okay? So remember to, go ahead.
I was going to say, you also talked about fingernails.
Oh yeah, I keep my fingernails short. They harbor bacteria, dirt, viruses. If you're gonna open up a door or do something or turn on a light switch, don't use your fingertips. Use the side of your finger or your hand, okay? Because you might accidentally go like this with your fingertips. You're gonna keep them as clean as possible. So just use the edge of your fingers, okay? Don't use the top. But remember, wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands, hand sanitize them, whatever you can, but get that 20 seconds worth in every time, because that's what's going to kill this virus. And you want to keep yourself safe and your family, so that's what you're going to want to do.
And that's the whole thing. You know, there are people that are going out all the time that they're not thinking when they come back into the house. It's not just about you. It's about everybody you're coming in contact with in your home. Even my puppy, before I, you know, pick her up, any of my animals, I want to wash my hands before I even pick them up, because somebody else is going to pick them up. That was something, after we talked the other day, I started thinking about all the things I was doing wrong.
Yeah. You don't want other people handling your animals.
Yeah.
No, I don't let anybody touch my dogs at all. So the neighbors will come up, or they'll go, and you know, I have a neighbor that she lets her dog just run, and I don't want her dog coming in my yard and enticing my dogs, and I don't want her dog touching my dog. So, but you just keep that social distancing. That's huge to stop this virus. If we all do our part, we're going to get all through this a lot quicker. Mm-hmm. So, and that's really important. We want to get through it safe and healthy as possible. Remember to eat really super healthy. Stay away from the junk food. I know it's good and it tastes great. Well, a piece now and then isn't going to hurt you, but it is sugar. Sugar causes inflammation. This virus likes inflammation. So you want to stay away from those type of things. Increase your vitamin C and your vitamin D. Okay? Those are all things to help you stay healthy. Okay, any questions?
Yeah, and I'm going to have Richard come on. Richard, you want to go ahead and tell us if there are questions, what everybody's saying?
You mean Andrew?
Oh, excuse me. I said Richard because I saw Richard's name with a question. I meant Andrew. Sorry.
Wow. Okay. I'll go with the first one. Devonna asked, if you don't have any equipment and you don't know where to get it from, where, like, she wonders where can you get it if you don't know, if you don't have it?
If you don't have it, you don't have it online, and you can't get anything, then you're going to have to improvise. If you have material at home, make yourself, if you can't sew, hopefully you can. I don't sew, so I have luxury of people making me hats to wear at work and these. But yeah, she's got a scarf, you got a bandana, you have something, kind of double it up so it's thicker, because the thicker it is, obviously, the harder it's going to be for something to get through. If you don't have gloves, cloth gloves, latex rubber gloves, you can sanitize those and reuse them, so you're not filling your landfills. You can use a lot of number of things. One of my sisters told me that in New Mexico, they taught her to use baby wipes. She cuts a hole in a baby wipe. Of course, the smell might give you a headache.
Woo.
You know, cut a hole in it and use that as a mask. So you have to improvise. Do whatever it takes to protect yourself.
A baby diaper.
Yeah. Yeah, but you have cloth. You have a mask.
Yeah.
Okay. It might not be. It's, you know, they thought it was a really small droplet virus, but it's not as small as what they thought, which is lucky for all of us. But so any type of get something on your face and wear it, and don't and keep that distancing.
Bandana, scarf of some kind, just double or triple it up depending on how thick. Okay.
It's better than nothing.
All right.
Because now when you go out in public, you'll see a lot of people wearing a mask, and you'll see a lot of people in gloves, which is helpful for each end of you.
Yeah.
It's protecting you more, and it's protecting everyone more. When you go home and say you buy groceries and you bring them home, don't bring them right in your house. Do you all know that?
Yeah.
Don't bring them in your home right away. Okay. You're going to want to either leave them in the garage for 3 days, and ice cream won't like that. So you're going to want to wipe it off with Clorox wipes or fill a bucket. I fill a bucket with bleach water and I use a wash rag and I wipe every single thing down. I take a table that I have setting outside. Usually my husband and I do it as a team, and we wipe everything down. We wipe the table off first. We wipe every can and every item that we can down. If it's a cereal box, I wipe the outside of the box off. I open it surgical style. And I tip the box upside down on the clean side. I don't shake it, I tip it, and I let the cereal from the inside pouch fall onto my clean table. And then I throw that wrapper away. And my husband was over on the clean side marking, you know, what kind of cereal it is or what it is in that bag. I have a lot of glass containers I have purchased that I take things out of the cans, the jars, whatever, not necessarily the cans, but the jars. And I put in containers. So it actually, your pantry looks really nice when you're done anyways. So vegetables, clean your vegetables. Don't put them in the refrigerator dirty. You don't know who's touched them, handled them, or anything. Somebody will pick up a can of food. Oh, I might want this, and then decide not to and put it back on the shelf. Who knows what they had on their hands? And you're going to pick that up and bring that into your home. So you've got to clean your food. You gotta clean everything. We have a sink full of water. We put a drop of bleach in it. You can't taste it. It's very small, but it's enough to clean all of our vegetables, our apples, or whatever we're going to eat. So you're going to want to do that.
I'm glad you're bringing this up, because the other day they said on the news that you didn't have to do that. And yet when I was at the grocery store, I saw people picking up the melons, putting them up to their face, and then putting them right back down there, touching all the other melons. And I'm going, are you kidding? Don't tell me not to wash the stuff. So yeah.
You got to wash it and get it ready and put it in your refrigerator clean. Disinfect your refrigerator. They say in the freezer, I wipe my freezer stuff out. I took everything out and bleached it out myself. And I put everything in the freezer because they say it likes cold. So if you put it in clean, you're not going to be pulling it out when it warms up. So, you know, the cold can make it go dormant. So you just have to be really careful and use your common sense on all of it. But, you know, I hate to tell everybody my container idea because I don't have them all, but but they're really great and handy to have. Any jars that you empty food out of, say you've made spaghetti sauce, or you can use that jar for something else. Recycle it. Put something in it from your home. So you can recycle. Just be creative. And you'll be amazed at how nice your pantry looks when you're done. So
all of my cat treats, I have the, what kind of cat treats are they? Anyways, we get a big container of cat treats. And that's what I train both the cats and the dogs with. And when they're empty, I keep them, and they're really nice and big. Even though they're plastic, I can put like a cellophane down in there. And the cereals that you're talking about, and just set the whole cellophane down in there. And then it stacks nice and neatly. So that's what I've been doing, is saving those.
Yeah. I have, we use Ziploc baggies for some stuff too. So, but I have a Rubbermaid container in the back of my car, and that's what my groceries go in, is that Rubbermaid container. And then when we get them all out of there, we disinfect the container for the next time we have to go grocery shopping. Try to do your grocery shopping. Make it stretch out for 2 weeks if you can. The least amount of time you have to be out in public right now, the better and healthier you're all going to stay. So don't say, I got to run to the grocery store today. It can wait unless it's an absolute emergency.
I never thought about putting a container in the car to put, I just bring the bags out and put them right in my car. Never thought about putting them in a container.
Put them in a container.
Simple things, folks, that just, maybe other people are thinking of these things. I didn't think of any of these things.
Yeah. And then just like I clean it out with Clorox. When you clean it out, wash the outside first with the Clorox, then do the contaminated side last. Always do the cleaner side first for anything, and then the dirty side last. Okay?
All right.
Because that way you're not going from the inside, and then all of a sudden you're wiping the outside off. You want to do it the opposite way, clean to dirty.
Okay.
Okay.
Andrew, any more questions?
Yeah, we have a few. Okay, a couple from Deanna. I don't know if she wants to go on and ask you the questions, or if she wants me to read them, because she's actually on video right now. After you, Deanna, do you want to go, okay, who wants me to read them? After you have used a mask and you set it aside for so many days, or is it contaminated and it won't clear off after a few days, is the little paper one better than cloth, or cloth better?
Well, it depends on what you can get your hands on nowadays, actually. The cloth one doesn't clip at the nose unless you have something that can clip your nose. Okay? It's a little thicker than this paper one, but this paper one is made for medical reasons, for the fibers. There's cone masks out there that are really nice. Cindy has a great N95 with filters on it.
Yeah, and then I have this one that Chase got me,
Yeah.
which is just fun, but it doesn't have this, but I thought about putting maybe a paper clip in there or something.
Yeah, you could improvise, be creative. This is your time in life right now that you're going to have to be as creative as you can to protect yourself. So if you can put anything on here, if you have something, jewelry, something to bedazzle it, you know, you could be the first one to bedazzle the mask. Just don't poke holes in it. Okay?
Okay, Mary, you and I are going to bedazzle our masks.
Just don't poke holes. Okay?
Also, Deanna asked, does soap and water, like Gain and water, clean it well enough? And as long as you put it through a wash cycle?
Yes, soap and water is great, and then put it on high heat in your dryer for at least 20 minutes. Okay?
Now, I've heard, Jerry Marie, that you can actually strip off your clothes and just put them straight in the dryer, but you're not suggesting that? Because they said kill it.
Personally, I want to wash mine because soap and water kills it, and then I'm putting it in the dryer as a backup.
Okay.
So, you know, I'm just being extra from what I see and what I've been living lately. I don't want this. I don't want to bring it into my family, and so I'm being cautious. Yes.
And
But
why would you put clothes you've already worn just in the dryer?
I know, I wouldn't either, but some people do. My neighbor does that. She told me she does it, and I'm thinking, oh, why don't you wash them first? But, you know, that was her choice. So it's because heat kills it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I use high heat on my hair right now. I wash my hair every time I go out, but you know, to dry it, don't like high heat, but I'm using hotter heat just in case to kill anything. So doesn't like heat.
Other questions?
We have, Richard and I actually am in the same boat, but I don't know, does Richard want to come on and talk? Does he want to ask, because he's on video. I don't know if he wants to mute or, okay, I'll read it. Richard lives in a house with other people. As far as I know, they don't even wash their hands after using the toilet.
Oh gosh.
Well, you need to have a house meeting.
Yeah, exactly. You need to make a list of what they're not doing and figure out how as a team you can resolve this issue. That's a big issue. And just in general, it's a dirty issue. So, I mean, if they don't wash their hands, they're touching the door. Now they're touching the light switch. They're going in who knows what, touching the counter. That's just gross. They need to wash their hands.
Yeah.
And then above, you put,
Richard,
I do not have a car. Pardon?
I think Richard just came on.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I was going to say, in the situation where I'm living, several other people, it's hard to deal with, you know, so many other people living in the house, one bathroom for so many people. I don't even like to go in the kitchen unless I put on my slippers, you know, because they don't even keep the floor clean at all.
You know what I'd do? I'd get some wipes, some cloth, something, and I'd put it in the bathroom by the sink and say, okay, when you're done, wash your hands and wipe this bathroom out. Every person, give them a ticket, something.
Apparently, from what I've heard, they're going to be moving out. So at least
You can disinfect.
a big family is. So it would still be people, but not as many if that happens.
Yeah, you're going to try to educate them why they're there and tell them how, you know, how this is spreading. You know,
well, and two the adults in that family smoke also.
Oh well, that's for this virus.
at least they stay outside, so it's not as bad for us, but it's not good for them.
Right. Exactly. Are they going out in public and coming back home?
Sometimes, yeah. I won't go into all the details, but
Okay,
yeah.
so I think the best thing that you can do is to protect yourself as best as you can while you're in that house. You know to wash your hands. If you're the one having to go through and disinfect right now till these people get out, do it.
Yeah.
But don't let them think that you're their personal slave.
Right.
But disinfect your area and say, this is my bubble. Don't go in it. Because you don't know how mad I can get. So, you know, yeah. You're going to have to do something to protect yourself.
Yeah.
Now,
And
tell
tell
everybody.
keep your 6 feet distance away from me. Here's your line. I don't care if you have to put a line through the house. That's your half of the house. This is my half of the house. You know, you're gonna have to do something to protect yourself at this point.
I want to tell everybody, Jerry Marie has her dog so trained, they step at the door so she can wipe their feet before they actually come in. They won't come in until she wipes off their feet. So that's, yeah, she's she's good. I just want to show you here what I'm doing. I'm putting this paper clip in this one that didn't have a top. I just want to try it, Jerry, and see if it's going to work to give people ideas. If you have one like this, let's see now. Oh, that works.
Yeah, there you go.
So there's an idea. Oh,
Right.
You just inspired me. Thank you.
Or you could use a clothespin.
We're all walk around with clothespins on our nose. Whatever it takes nowadays.
Just got to be creative.
No, that might hurt if you clamp it down.
Yeah.
Believe me, one of the masks I wear at work, when I take them off, I literally have indentations in my face
Oh.
quite a while. It hurts.
Oh yeah.
Painful. But
And
it
listen,
does-
for people who can't get wipes or anything, what's wrong with just using a washcloth and some alcohol?
or soap and water. Alcohol,
I mean, to wipe things down with.
they could wipe it down with alcohol. Soap and water would be really well because that'll kill it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do alcohol and then re-wipe with soap and water. Just make sure whatever you're using the alcohol, it's alcohol friendly. But
Yeah. Oh, good idea. Because the other day I used it on something and actually took a little color out of it.
right.
Yeah.
So, and it,
Okay.
yeah.
We've got a
Okay.
bunch more questions. So, Andrew?
Why
And-
don't we take Bernadette, who has her hand up? We'll take
Oh,
someone
Okay. Go ahead, Bernadette.
a couple of people have their hands up. So we'll go with Bernadette and then Ann.
I had a couple of suggestions. I saw on YouTube how they got just a regular, there's all kinds of videos on there how to make masks of all different kinds, even the ones that are like the surgical masks with the with the folds and everything. And they tell you the kind of mesh to put in it to protect yourself from the splatter, so it makes it more hygienic.
Right. Furnace filters. People are using furnace filters, all kinds of stuff.
I had
Coffee filters.
one of my friends actually use a thin sanitary pad because she could put it in to protect her nose area. I probably
Sorry,
couldn't
but you just stick it on.
Cindy, don't go there. It's inside the cloth.
Yeah, you can stick it to the cloth.
Well, what
It
she
might
did,
be a little warm because she might not be able to breathe too good.
she got the handkerchief kind of thing, right? And
Right.
she put it in the middle, and then if you folded the handkerchief in on itself, so you've got like 3 parts. You can put a liner if you want to here. You fold this one in and this one in. So now it's 3 layers. Then you get 2 rubber bands. And where it's long, you put 1 rubber band on one side, 1 on the other.
Oh.
And then you take the 2 sides that are here, you tuck 1 in the other, and you've actually got yourself an instant mask.
That's pretty creative.
That you can just put
Yeah.
the rubber bands over your ears. So if you have absolutely nothing and you can just find even a square piece of cloth, you can make one.
Right.
And
There's a lot of,
help you. Now, there's
Wonderful.
more
Thank you.
professional ones online if you want to do those. So, you know, and then you were talking about wiping everything down. What Michael said he did last time was when he went to the store, when he got to the car, he took out his Clorox wipes and he wiped everything down before he put it in the car. And then he left all the bags. He just put one bag in the other bag, left it in the buggy, and then he took off his gloves. And when he got to the car, he removed his mask and put it down. Of course, he knows which is the front, which is the back, and left the gloves there. So we've already wiped down our cars in and out. Constantly when I get the Clorox water, I'm wiping everything, and I wipe our steering wheel, our handles, our back thing, just, all the time, just to be safe.
That's
Right.
great.
So
Those are some good ideas, Bernadette. I thank you so much.
That's really
Right,
good,
so-
but you know what? I have one problem with
What?
what you just said, and that is,
what is
left,
that?
left it in the buggy for somebody
Yeah.
else to deal with.
No, he takes the buggy and puts it in the cart, but they're taking all the buggies and they're taking them inside and they're wiping everything down. So as long as the buggy's outside, it's dirty, nobody takes it.
Okay.
So if you've just unloaded all your groceries, now your groceries are clean and they're in your car and your car is clean, then you can bring them in,
Yeah.
you can put them from there. We have a couple of the big containers in our car that you use for frozen stuff. So you can just put them in there, then your stuff is clean and you bring everything inside the house clean.
that's
So
what he does.
and then once you get it in, you can, put it away. So that's just a couple of suggestions.
Okay.
But I
well,
was a
thank you
dental
so much,
assistant before,
Bernadette.
so I did know about the things, and the paper clip is one of the things I recommended to
Oh.
use around the nose. If you have a paper clip,
Yeah, I
if
never
you
thought of
cut
that.
it, use
So-
it around there too.
But I'm not gonna go around her if she has that sanitary napkin. You can go by
I'm
yourself.
sorry. Well, we got to have fun during this.
No,
we
Michael,
gotta
that's for
laugh, We
you.
got to have fun.
Just use a sanitary napkin. People will stay 6 feet away from you. You're crazy. You
I saw
gotta-
one the other day that our sister Lisa sent to us where they had a mask on and then they put a red blood streak across the front. So it said, this will keep people 6
Oh God.
You-
That's a
yeah.
2 for 1, see.
I think if you put a sanitary napkin, you'll keep them either farther.
Yeah, I
You might
think
be
you're
good there.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Well, thank you
It's a
so
two
much.
for one.
Thanks,
Bernadette.
Bernadette. Ann, what you got?
Okay, I went grocery shopping and I did not do all the things you said. I had a double bagged and I took it out, but I did, and I washed off the outside of my Cheerio boxes and things, and I put them in, and then I used soap and water and washed down everything with the soap and water. I did strip in the garage and take a shower and wash my hair.
Good.
But I figure by this time, it's been almost a week.
You're good.
I figure if I've gone at least 3 days, whatever is in, and it is. But
Right.
from now on, I will leave it outside and sanitize it before I bring in. But I don't intend to go back for 2 weeks, so I did a lot of shopping, and then Rudy helped me carry it in, and I've gotten rid of everything. So what's in the refrigerator now is there, and it's dead, right?
Yeah, you should be good.
Thank you, because there's no way I want to go back and wash off everything now.
Yeah.
So
You
it's-
should. It lasts for 3 days, they say. And the weird thing about this, even at the hospital, it's daily, minutely, hourly. Things change for me. So what I hear one day or 1 hour could be totally different 5 minutes from after they told me. So it's constantly, they're learning as they go. This
And
is all
then-
new to everybody too. So everything that we learn, we just have to really keep our eyes and ears open. But just know to protect yourself the way, you know, you use your common sense, because most people really know how to protect themselves if they think about it.
This is my mask, so I should wear glasses with it as well, right?
Yeah, wear some kind of eye protection with it to protect your eyes.
And then I
Okay,
do
that's a
wear
beautiful mask.
comfortable gloves, and I do that.
Yeah.
My other question is, I have a condo in California, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what they're doing, and I've got one tenant I've asked to leave, but he's working outside the house, and they said he brought home a girl, and I did email him, and I said no outside guests in the condo, but I'm sure he's not doing all the things, nor is there any way I can get him to do that. So I guess we'll just have to hope for the best.
Right.
Is it
And after it gets done,
Gary?
huh?
How long does it live after, like, when?
On
when they move
fabric.
out?
Yeah, it lives on fabric, cloth, everything. I have to look up all the times and the dates. Some are 3 days, some are, metal is, I think, 3 days. Clothing, just plastic, paper, you know, but if you're up to 14 days, you should be good. But like I said, keep posted. If they start changing things, I know there's an ER doctor in New York that will not go home till 28 days after he's clean. So, you know, he's, of course, he's in the heart of it too, but still.
And don't get your information from Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, no, 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 no.
Get
Don't.
it from the experts. I love what Theo said the other day when they said, listen to the experts. Like Jeremy's there. She's an expert. The medical community, the science community, get your information from there, and don't listen to other people, because there's so much misinformation going around that we've just got to stick with the experts, which is why I wanted you on today, Jeremy, because there is, you know, so much.
Yeah, and one of the things I did here, and I haven't researched it too much, but I do it all the time. If I'm at work or go somewhere, I try to drink nice, warm, hot water every 20 minutes. It's not as easy at work, but at home I do, just because they say the virus gets flushed down into your gastric juices and then it dies. So you're not letting it sit in your body. If you're out in public, come home, drink a warm, hot glass of tea, something that you enjoy warm. So it can't hurt. So, and tea's healthy. So
Yeah.
there you go. Keep your immune system boosted up and do something fun for yourself. Make yourself laugh, because laughter does a lot for your immune system.
We got to laugh here today. I love that.
Right.
Thank
Right.
you for that.
Hobby. Yeah. I do that at work too with my whole team. I do things. I send them funny little things to make them laugh and try to make it lighthearted, because I tell you, there's a lot of nurses in tears right now.
Oh, I bet.
Yeah.
So it's very trying day to day. So laugh.
Yeah.
Talk to your families, FaceTime them. You know, go for strolls outside. Don't have to be just in the house. You can go for a nice, beautiful walk, go hiking, something. But go enjoy life as much as you can, but just keep your distance.
Yeah.
So, and I know in Michigan, we have a huge band of how far we can even go. We can't even leave our town. So,
Yeah.
because they want us to take it from one community to the next when we're trying to get it all under control. And like I said, the more that we behave and the more that we do, the quicker we're going to get through this as a team.
Mhm.
So you want to get through this. And,
Team
and
USA. The
what's
most
that?
important Team USA we have ever had.
Right.
Everybody working together as a
More
team.
the team world is more what it is, not team. Not
Right,
just
but
team
we're
US.
talking but they've got the borders closed, so we can, you know, we just have to really think about it, what we're doing here.
Right. Right. Be very conscious of yourself. And remember, when you go out and about and say you have dry lips, try not to go like this. Lick your lips. Wash your fingers.
We've got a lot of people, by the way, from other countries, and it is a global thing, and Andrew's not in the US. So we've got a lot of people from all over the place, but from whatever community you're in, you know,
Yeah.
just keep it to the community as much as possible. And I agree, don't travel outside, because you just don't know.
Yeah, and don't bring your mail in the house. We don't bring our mail in the house. It sits outside. We throw it in a can. We don't need to open it. We throw it away. Every magazine that comes to my house hits the can. I don't need to be bringing anything extra. I Lysol my mailbox out. And my mail carrier says that she sprays everything, but you know, that can only go so far.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I said, just think outside the box. It's really what you got to do to protect yourself.
We've got a bunch more comments here. Let's see if we can get through those.
Yes. Okay. A quick question. What was the amount of bleach to water for produce?
Oh, I just put like a tiny bit in. I don't even measure it.
You
I
said
wouldn't even say, depends on how much water you're going to put in. We put maybe, I think, a quarter of the way full and not even a cap of bleach.
Okay.
But you could probably Google actual one. Right.
Okay, Julie, who was our guest yesterday, asked, I heard that you can soak cloth masks in vinegar first, then in a wash.
In vinegar?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
first.
it's considered the wonder thing. People use it for everything. I haven't heard that. So if she heard it and she's comfortable with it, that's fine too. I mean, I don't know what it's the vinegar. I mean, it's an acid. So it doesn't seem to like acid if it don't like your stomach acid. But I don't know. That I would have to look into. I can't give you a definite answer on that. But washing it will do it.
Yeah.
With soap.
This is a comment, and maybe you might be able to offer a suggestion. Divana, she says, too much work for me doing things mostly one-handed because she has a broken arm for a few months now. If I get sick, so be it. She did ask about the vitamin C and D earlier, and Richard answered, we're taking extra vitamin C for months now. For someone who's very limited, what do you suggest for them to do?
Wow, for very limited. She has no help at home at all.
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, she lives alone. She's a breeder, so she's got lots of critters, and she broke her. What is this bone up here? I forgot. The big bone in the arm. So she's been incapacitated for a while. So she can use her other hand just fine.
Okay, well then she's going to have to do the best she can with the hand that she has.
Yeah.
You know, and if she goes out and she has a cast or whatever on that arm, just cover it.
I never even thought about that getting on that cast.
Yeah, I would just put a bread bag, any type of covering that she could put, and then a glove on and cover it up.
Okay.
Okay. What about commercial fruit wash? Will that work?
That's what I use.
Yeah, I use that too. I have that too. I'm sure you could probably use that. That's something else you would have to look into. And not everybody will use the bleach water. I mean, not everybody's comfortable doing that. So I just know that I've done it before I even had this, made sure my vegetables were clean from people handling them, especially during flu and cold season. So, yeah.
The N95 paper masks, can they be washed?
No. A paper mask?
Okay. So,
they're saying that they are making a thing to ultraviolet light, they're thinking is what's going to kill it on a mask. Like an N95, that's what they're bringing into the hospital to help us with. Supposedly, we haven't seen it yet. So, yeah. But like I said, they're really stingy with those masks right now.
I have a flashlight, ultraviolet flashlight.
Right.
I never thought about that. I could probably use that, huh?
What's the strength of it?
It's very strong. It's for arthritis pain.
It might work. It can't hurt, you know, because you can buy a toothbrush with an ultraviolet light that kills the bacteria on the toothbrush, right?
Yeah.
So it's probably the same type of thing.
Suggest using this on a toothbrush. It's stronger than the one that you get on the toothbrush because it's meant to, you know, go deep, you know, for my bones.
Right. Right. And there's stuff out there, like I said, that I don't even know at this point because it changes so rapidly.
Yeah.
So, but the main thing here is just protect yourself and your family.
Great.
So,
any other?
There's Deanna. She asked us, she has her hand up. Should I just go read them because of time?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, so folks,
Yeah, just read the last one. Just read the last one because that's everything compressed is basically how long does, if you leave like a can out for 3 days and that goes away, but how long do you leave it if it's going to be in the refrigerator, and how long do you leave it if it goes straight into the freezer? Like if I have to take it and put it straight in the freezer, put it straight in the fridge, how long should I not touch it before it's okay to touch it?
From the freezer to the refrigerator?
No, from the store to the freezer, how many days do I need to leave it alone? And from the store to the refrigerator, how many days do I need to leave it alone? Because everybody bought up all the stuff, you know, so there's no supplies to clean things with. And so, you know, I've just been taking stuff before I thought of soap and water. I just took it and put it on a shelf in the refrigerator. And then I didn't touch it, but I didn't, you know, you say cold, it likes cold. So how much longer do I need to wait for a refrigerated item before I touch it? And
You know, I'm not sure how long is in the freezer. That's something that we had just learned maybe not too long ago that it likes. So if it's cold, you have nothing to wipe it down with, no bleach.
No, I mean, I was sick before the hoarding started, and so when I got out there was nothing. So
yeah,
it was like, and so
Yeah,
and now I know I can use soap and water, and that'll do it too. But what I had done was just anything I bought, I set it aside for like a week, and then I'd go back and use it because I had a week's worth of supplies outside of. But the stuff I had to refrigerate, I just stuck it in the refrigerator because I couldn't set it aside. So I put it on a shelf and didn't touch it for like so many days. But I didn't know, you know, how many days you'd have to leave it longer in a cold environment alone versus in a warm.
That I'm not 100% sure of either.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I
yeah,
just
they
was
say
curious.
after 3 days it should be perfectly fine, and if you're leaving in a week, you should be good. I would think.
Yeah, in a cold environment, who knows? I mean, so far so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wipe your refrigerator down when you're done.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll get something. Like maybe I can get something now because people are. But I mean, seriously, they bought out everything for. I hadn't got toilet paper yet.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so crazy.
I'm glad we buy it in bulk here already. We already have 2 24 packs down in the basement, and we just do because I don't want to have to run out all the time. So
yeah, just don't tell anybody your address.
They're not going to rob you for your jewelry. They're going to take your toilet.
And also, I just want to say thank you because I know you're on the front lines, and I thank you for taking additional time tonight, you know, to help everybody out because, you know, we're trying to do the best we can. And I thank you for you putting yourself out there and you give it extra time even now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're welcome. Well, the more that the population and the public know how to keep themselves safe, the more everybody's going to stay safe. And that's what it's about, keeping all of our loved ones healthy and safe right now. So the more that everybody can know, and like I said, read, because things are changing just constantly. So
and go to the experts, the CDC, and there's a coronavirus website, .gov, that's
Mayo
really
Clinic.
great. Just go and learn it from the scientists, or the good resources that you know. Everybody, I can't stress that enough because I've gotten so much misinformation on just the news. You know, just don't get it there. Go do your research. Don't just go read it from a good source. I just can't.
The easiest thing in the world to remember is CDC.
Yep.
And remember, they're not always the highest standard. So you can go above what the CDC tells you. So keep that in mind. Even the hospital, when we had a meeting, I brought that up and one of the head people did not like me saying that, but it is the truth. You can go higher standards. Okay.
Yeah. And that's, you know, I get mine, as you know, Jerry, you know, I get mine from Harvard, and from now they've given me backdoor access to Johns Hopkins too, because they're working together right now in this. So I really feel fortunate. Even though I don't understand a lot of their terminology, I still just listen in. They're a little over my head.
And Mayo Clinic has a really good site.
Yeah.
What is that?
Mayo
has an excellent site.
Yeah.
Because I get them sent to me all the time.
Yeah, they're another. I don't get theirs, but that's another.
Yeah, and they try to put a little bit more in layman's terms so people can understand. So I think that's really good.
I have to check them out too. Okay, Andrew, any others that we haven't hit on?
Well, what about, okay, Penny makes comment that her daughter has a neighbor who vape. It seems like the virus droplets could ride on the exhaled drops. She put a question mark, so I'm not too sure if that's safe or not, or
I told my mask.
They're
Yeah,
breathing out.
Vaping? I would think this is
Here
not a time to be vaping.
What was that? I didn't hear what.
the daughter has neighbors who vape, and it seems like the virus droplets could ride on the exhaled drops.
Yeah,
Like, what are your thoughts on that?
think about this. When you're outside and it's cold and you're breathing, right? What do you see? Steam come out of your mouth. That's vaping. That's vapor coming out. Those are droplets coming out. So just think along that line. You're out in the cold and you're breathing, and all of a sudden you can visualize that burst of cold. That's coming out. And who's ever vaping, I would highly stress that they stop that, because they're noticing people that vape are really not doing well. Okay? It's a bad, bad deal.
I was wondering if those were some of the people that were perishing the fastest, that's the smokers and the.
Yeah, vapor.
Yeah.
Vaping, bad. It's caustic to your lungs.
Yeah.
And heat, you know, heat from smoking and all that too is bad for you. So, yeah.
Mm.
But the medical field does what they can to protect you with what we have and what we know right now, but we're learning every single day. So.
People have commented, let me see, washing and vinegar, dandelion tea.
There's one last question at the end. Can you put fridge items into a clean container before putting it in your fridge?
Sure. I do it all the time.
Yeah.
I clean it and put it in my refrigerator. My refrigerator has nothing dirty put in it. And you know what's amazing? When you start wiping your products down from the grocery store, look at your bucket of bleach water. It is filthy.
Yeah.
And think you're going to open that can anyways. This is going to open a whole new world for you, because you're going to go home and not want to put those in. Even after they say, hey, you can put it in your cupboard, you're going to clean it. Because you're going to open that can and you just realize all that dirt just went inside your food. So it's pretty gross. And if you work in a restaurant, you have to do it anyways. So yeah.
Well, this has been so awesome. You've answered so many questions. You've given us so many creative ideas, things that I did not think of. I can't even believe I didn't think about taking a plastic bucket and putting it in the car. That simple. And
Yeah.
it just didn't dawn on me. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be making a lot of changes. The first change I made was I bought new little slip-on sandals for around the house only, and I don't go outside with them. And normally, you know, I just kind of run in and out. I'm not doing that anymore. So just little habits like that have probably become life habits. So,
Right. Yeah. A lot of people are going to have a lot of different habits out of this. And you really have to think it's a horrible, horrible thing what we're going through, but there's going to be a lot of positives that are going to come out of this.
Yeah, I agree.
So there really is going to be a lot of positives. So just like anything else, everybody's learning all these new things. I think what's amazing is people have to have family time now.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. So, you know, the kids get to go home and they don't have to run to 10 baseball games or whatever. You know, you can play it in your own yard and have quality time. So that's kind of nice.
People
so you
are
have to,
acting like they haven't in years. So it's really wonderful.
right. You have to pick all the good things out of what's coming out of something and take it and figure out why this is all happening to us. There's a lot of good in there. There's a lot of horror, but you know, you gotta, to be sane through this whole thing, you got to come up with some positives.
Mary just asked about the ultraviolet light. I would say no less than a minute, probably 3.
Cindy, Michael had a question. He has one of those little ultraviolet things for the phone where you put the phone in it and it disinfects it.
And the CPAP.
And the CPAP machines, I guess, have some kind of an ultraviolet.
Oh,
Would
you
any
put it
of
down the
those
box.
work? Does she think?
You know where you put the mask down?
You know what the thing is for that? Yeah, I mean, if it's killing the CPAP viruses, it probably would work for that. But I would ask your physician. You know, you can call them, say, hey, I have this ultraviolet light. I don't know the strength of the light, but if it's killing bacteria, because that's what it's supposed to do, so you don't get infections in your lungs, right? So I would assume it would, but I don't want to give anybody any false things. I would say check with your doctor.
I would check with the manufacturer too.
Yeah.
When my mother had leukemia, we had to always put all of her vegetables in vinegar water and leave them there for, I don't remember how long it was, like 30 minutes or something, to kill all the bacteria, because she couldn't have any bacteria going into her system when she didn't have an immune system. So I don't know if that would work for this, but it was just something I wanted to mention.
See, there's a project for you. Get on, figure it out, get online, read, find some kind of good medical information about how well does vinegar kill the COVID virus.
Right.
Thank
you.
And then share that with your community, share it with people. If it works and, that sort of thing, share
So
it.
if you find that it works, you better believe everybody will know it. I've already shared a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's why most of my day is tomorrow. Is a lot of cancer patients. So, yeah, they have to be extremely careful, and you have to be extremely careful around them.
Yeah.
With all the stuff that they have, anybody with the immunocompromised in any way, you have to be exceptionally careful.
Well, Penny's got a comment here. When we visited Germany years ago, everything was closed on Sundays, so people had to spend time with each other. And I love that.
Yes.
Now it's like that 7 days a week. And I just think people are learning that, technology, being on the phone all the time isn't everything. They want when we can't do it, all of a sudden people want face-to-face time. It's pretty cool. I think there's some good things that are going to happen.
I do too. People are going to find the value in life again. The nature walks, the bike riding, the hiking, the, doing arts and crafts, something that you forgot that you used to love to do. And I've heard this a lot at the hospital from some of the nurses. I used to do that and I forgot how much fun it was. So they're even refining all these cool things that they used to do now. So it's kind of cool to listen to them because they got to have some kind of out when they get home. So it's really cool. So just remember to stay positive, keep yourself healthy, eat healthy, stay away from the junk food. Every now, once in a while, you might have to have that piece of junk food just to get you through the day. That's not going to hurt. And, just take care of yourself. Rest, get plenty of rest. And get some exercising in. Okay? That's important.
Move. Absolutely, I agree. Well, Jerry, I thank you so much for being here today, for sharing so much with everyone. We so appreciate it. Anything that we can do to protect ourselves more, we all need that right now. And like we said before, when we come together in this way, we can educate each other, share what we know, and we'll get through this. We'll get to the other side of this and be better for it.
Right. And remember, if you do get sick in any way, and it's not even the COVID virus, don't forget to get rid of your toothbrush and get a new one. I'm sorry, I'm a dental hygienist too, and it carries bacteria. Yep. So you're going to want to do that. All right?
Yep, I feel that way, and mascara, same way.
All your makeup.
I don't even, if I'm not going to be on, I don't even put it on right now because that's a little test tube.
Right. Bacteria.
Build up bacteria. So
I wear hardly any makeup, as you can tell. I have no makeup. You don't want it on you. If you don't need it, don't do it. Yeah. Like I said, leave every valuable you can at home. You don't need jewelry. I mean, everybody likes to look beautiful when they go out, but that's just one more thing you have to worry about cleaning when you get home.
That's right.
So if you can leave your purse in the car and not take it in and just have a little thing for your credit card that keeps it safe where you're not going to lose it, that's awesome. That's one less thing. Yep. So
I think I'm just going to leave my clothes home.
Oh, great. We have that to look forward to.
Now, Ferris, the other day we had a call where, you had to wear pajamas, which you usually don't. And we had a comfort where we talked about how we comfort ourselves, how we self-soothe during this and relax ourselves. And we all wore our jammies. And Ferris doesn't usually wear any. So he had to wear them. So Ferris, you're not allowed to go out in public naked.
Yeah,
So-
and remember to put on clothes every day, because if you wear your pajamas all day long, they don't really tell if you gain weight. So if you're at home, when you go to put on your clothes, they may not fit.
That's
Remember
fun.
to move.
Yep. It's birthday suit. Yep.
So don't live in your pajamas all day long. Put on some clothes. Make your life as normal as possible as you can within your own home.
Yep. I agree with that.
Jerry Marie,
Yeah.
thank you so much. And hi, Gary.
Oh, Gary, here comes my husband.
Gary, this is another Gary.
Oh, it's not my Gary.
Oh,
Well,
My
my
Gary. There's your
Hi,
Gary.
Gary.
hey, how you doing, Ferris?
okay.
Yep. Good to see you.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again. And let's go ahead and unmute everybody, Ferris, so they can say thank
There we
you.
go.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks, Jerry.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thank
Thank you, Cindy and Ferris.
Have a great day.
Thanks, Jerry.
Everyone.
Thank you so much.
Hi, everybody.
Thank
You guys too.
you all. And
Love
I
you.